How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're in a battle versus Raymond from the Discord server in the OU tier. Before the video begins, be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Really helps me out and I really appreciate it. So looking at the team, they got an Ogerpon, Wellspring, Clefable, Sandy Sharks, Empoleon, Hisuian Samurott, and Dipplin. If we can clear that Clefable and the Dipplin out of the way, Shiftry goes hard. Pretty hard. So I'm thinking lead off with something like the Walking Wake, get a flip turn off straight away. They probably lead off with the Samurott though, so I'm inclined to lead with the Scizor. Either Samurott or Sandy Shocks has got a lead, so I think Scizor is a good lead. We can U-turn on the Samurott, get it right down in HP, and we can also U-turn on the Sandy Shocks, get some nice bit of chip damage, / defog away their hazards. And the battle begins, so Raymond's gonna lead off with Kowalski, which is the Empoleon. Not what I expected, as we lead off with Scizor. So, not the worst matchup in the world, not the best either. We can't really touch Empoleon, so I'm inclined to go for a U-turn. I do have Tailwind on this Scizor instead of a coverage move like Close Combat, so that's out of the question. I could set up the Tailwind right away. They have got a pretty fast team, you know, with Sandy Shocks and Wellspring Ogerpon. I feel like they go for a flip turn here, though, so I'm going to U-turn. I'm going to U-turn expecting the flip turn. They should... we should outspeed, I think. So, they do withdraw the Empoleon, not wanting to get hit by a close combat, which is a good play on my opponent's behalf. And they're going to go into Ariala, which is going to be the Clefable. Interesting switching. If they were expecting a close combat, though, it makes sense. We U-turn, get some chip damage off on the Clefable, which is going to matter, I'm sure. And then we'll just go from there. So what can we go into for Clefable? We've got a couple of options. We've got Iron Moth, of course. Walking Wing probably hit hard, but I don't want to get hit by Moonblast. We could go Gliscor, pop that Toxic Orb. That'd be cool. I'm thinking Iron Moth, though. I'm definitely thinking Iron Moth. So we'll go into Dot Mothra. We don't need the booster energy in... Well, I think our booster energy is special attack, right? I'm pretty sure it's special attack. Let's find out, because I can't remember. Speed. Okay, so speed... Alright, I remember now. So anyway, Iron Moth is in. Clefable is not in a good position. So there's a couple of things that's going to go wrong here. They're either going to Terra Steel to take the Sludge Wave, or they're going to switch out. They probably switch into the Empoleon, because Empoleon takes the Sludge Belm really well. So if we assume Empoleon, we could either go into Conk. But Conk's a risky one, because if they Moonblast here, which they won't, you wouldn't Moonblast the Clefable. They definitely switch out or Terra Steel. So let's go into the Conk real quick. We'll make the double switch. I really think they're going to go Empoleon there. I think Empoleon is their best switch. So going into Conk, getting the Guts boost and everything. They go for a Thunder Wave. They really was going to take that Sludge Wave like a champ. Wow, okay. So Clefable's just caused a problem for me. I still get the Guts boost, which is fine, but I'm now paralyzed. So they're going to go for a Moonblast now. I know it. So this time, we're going to go Iron Moth again. I can't believe they stayed in with a Clefable against an Iron Moth and didn't even Terra. They knew I would overpredict, didn't they? They knew it. They knew I would overpredict. Raymond knows me like he can read me like a book. You know, he can read me like a book. So he knew I was going to do that. He knew I was going to do that. So they go for the Moonblast now. Hopefully we don't get a special attack drop. We don't, which is great. And now they probably go for the Thunder Wave again. This turn, though, I'm not taking any chances. I'm going for a Sludge Wave. They do withdraw this time. Are they going to go the Empoleon? Probably, right? Empoleon's the only switch. Kowalski, that's the Empoleon. So Empoleon comes in. This is unfortunate because it means that they're either going to go for a Surf next turn or they're going to go for a Flip turn and gain some momentum because I have to switch Iron Moth out right now. I have to. So I think I'm going to go Conk. No, because if you go Conk, they're just going to Flip turn into the Clefable. So I think the best thing for me to do... Conk could hit the... Conk can live a Moonblast and go for an Ice Punch. And the U-turn from Scizor did a lot. So I'm leaning towards Scizor as a switch. I'm leaning towards Scizor purely for the fact that we can threaten the Empoleon out with close combat even though we don't have it. And then we can go from there. So let's go in Scizor. There we go. They go for a Hydro Pump and miss. That's unfortunate, but it is the game we play. Now I'm just going to go for a U-turn, get on out of there. We should outspeed, which is unfortunate because it means we're going to get a nice slow flip turn off, but let's just see how it plays out first. So they do withdraw because they don't want to get hit by close combat. Are they going to go Clefable again? Dipplin. That's got to be the Dipplin, right? 100% the Dipplin. Nice and shiny. Love it. We go for a U-turn. It's super effective. It's going to do nothing, though, because Dipplin is extremely bulky with that Eviolite. And yes, Eviolite works on Dipplin. For those who did not know, it's either in as a teaser for the next DLC that there's going to be an evolution, or it's a, you know, they just didn't realize it. I don't think that's it, though. So they probably have Sticky Hold because I don't see any evasiveness drops. I think my switching is Walking Wake, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we'll go Walking Wake real quick. There we go. Leviathan comes in. This time I'm going to go for a flip turn because they definitely go into the Empoleon. And then I'm going to go Conk and go for an Ice Punch, expecting the Clefable to come in. That's my game plan. So I'm going to go for the flip turn real quick. They do Terra, so actually it's probably a good thing that I go for a flip turn anyway. Are they going to Terra Steel or Fairy or something? Take the Draco Meteor? Steel. Okay, so they go Terra Steel, which is fine. Absolutely fine. We go for the flip turn. We get them out of that. So there we go. This is going to work out nicely for us. So we go for the flip turn. They probably go for a Draco or a Dragon Pulse or something. So I think my best play is to go Conk here, or the Iron Moth. Iron Moth baits in the Empoleon, but Iron Moth goes hard against their team as well. So I'm wondering which one's the best option. I think Iron Moth is the best option because if we get Fiery Dance off, that's going to be great. But let's go into the Iron Moth real quick. They go for an Infestation. Interesting. So Infestation is a very interesting move. It's like Fire Spin. It's like a bug-type Fire Spin, really. Stops you from switching out. It does damage every turn. So it's an interesting move. We can just go for a Fiery Dance here, no problem. They have to switch out. They probably go Empoleon, or they expect us to overpredict. They don't. They go ahead and switch out, probably into the Empoleon, I would say. Kowalski comes in. That's the Empoleon. If we can get a special attack boost here, we're actually going to be golden. So let's go for the Fiery Dance. There we go. Let's see how much damage we do. Damage is damage at the end of the day on the Empoleon. No special attack boost, which is unfortunate. They probably go straight for a Hydro Pump or a Flip Turn here. So we could go Shift Tree. Could go Walking Wake, but Walking Wake doesn't do anything to it. Especially given that Fiery Dance damage. That's a stab Fiery Dance from an Iron Moth. So Flamethrower from a Choice Specs. Walking Wake is not going to do much damage. So I'm thinking Shift Tree or Conk. Now, Conk is a bad idea. They probably Flip Turn anyway, if they've got Flip Turn. I think our best switch is Walking Wake, so I'm going to go for that. I'm going to go for that because we resist both its stabs. Ice Beam's not going to do too much damage if they go for Ice Beam. So let's go into our Leviathan. They go for the Hydro Pump. We're going to tank it like a champ. 4 times resisted. Definitely tanking that like a champ. And then we can go for Flamethrower just for damage, or we can go for a Flip Turn. I'm thinking Flip Turn. So let's see what they do. They either stay in an Ice Beam, stay in a Flip Turn, or Hydro Pump again. So we'll Flip Turn real quick. I think they Flip Turn though. I think they Flip Turn, which should be fine. And I think what I need to do now is I need to get the Tailwind up because Wind Rider Shift Tree is looking good right now. The Dipplin's weakened. The Clefable's slightly weakened. And the Clefable's definitely specially defensive because it did not take that U-turn very well. So what do we do here? Let's go for... If I assume they're going to go for an Ice Beam or something, we can go Conk or Sizzle. I think Sizzle is the best play. Once again, we're going to scare him out with close combat. We'll try and scare him out with close combat. They go for an Ice Beam, which is fair enough. That's not going to do minimal damage to Sizzle. Hopefully no Freeze. No Freeze, which is great. And we're going to pop some leftovers, which is grand. So, let's go for a U-turn again. Or we can go for a Tailwind. Ooh, Tailwind is cool. It makes Shift Tree a bit of a threat. So let's go for a Tailwind. So we go for a Tailwind. There we go. Go for a Tailwind real quick. There we go. They go for a Hydro Pump, which is going to do more than Ice Beam, that's for sure. And there we go. So that's fine. We got the Tailwind up. Now we can just go Shift Tree if we want to. But they'll probably expect the Shift Tree and go for an Ice Beam, right? So let's just BP. Let's just BP and see if they're going to go for an Ice Beam predicting the switch. Let's just see if they do that. So we'll go for a BP, get some chip damage off on the Empoleon. Not much, but it's damage at the end of the day. As they go for another Hydro Pump to KO Sizzle. So Sizzle not looking great. But it's fine. We can handle this situation. Because I think now that Tailwind's up, Conkeldurr should outspeed. So I'm going to go Conk anyway. I'm going to go into the Conk. The Conk. There we go. And I'm going to fire off a Drain Punch. Now I have Terra Steel. So if the Clefable comes in, we can just Terra Steel Ice Punch. I might go for a knockoff. Knockoff could be good. I think I'm going to go for a knockoff. And then if the Empoleon stays in, we just Mark Punch it the next turn. So they go for a Hydro Pump staying in. We can take this. And then we go for a knockoff, which is going to do a lot of damage. Takes it out. I should have Drain Punched. I really thought they'd go Clefable. Knocking off the leftovers from Clefable would have been nice. But now that the Empoleon's gone, Iron Moth is going to run rampant right now. Iron Moth is going to run rampant. Terra Grass? Yes. Hero Pond comes in. So this thing is the Ogerpon. If we assume they're going to go for a Swords Dance, we should go for a Drain Punch. We can't switch out. We have no switch-ins. So I think I go for a Drain Punch expecting a Swords Dance. So let's go for it. So they go for an Ivy Cudgel. That's fine. We know they're not holding a Focus Sash because it can't hold items. So we know that with the Tailwind up, is it going to Petter out this turn? It does. The Tailwind Petters out this turn. So we've got a couple of options. A couple. We can go into Walking Wake and Draco Meteor straight away. We go Iron Moth, Terra Grass, and then Energy Ball, Sludge Wave this thing. I think that might be the play. I think Iron Moth, Terra Grass. Let's go Iron Moth. We'll go Iron Moth, we'll Terra Grass. They might predict the Terra Grass and go for a coverage move of some kind, but they haven't got any boosts in their attack in offenses, so I think we're safe to go for a Sludge Wave here with Terra Grass. I think. We might be able to take this thing off guard with a Grass-type Terra, but Grass-type Terra is pretty common on Iron Moth. They have stayed in, though, which is interesting, so let's see how this plays out for us. I don't think Ogerpon gets anything super effective against Grass types, so we should be fine. I'm just trying to remember my speed tier. Does Iron Moth outspeed? Because if it does, that'd be perfect. They go for a Power Whip. Does no damage because we're Terra Grass. We go for a Sludge Wave. Take out the Ogerpon. There we go. So Ogerpon's down, which is great. Iron Moth is coming through for us right now. Iron Moth is officially coming through for us right now. I really want Shift Tree to do something here, but it's looking like it's not. So, yeah. Alright, Ariala. The Clefable comes in. So that's an interesting switch. They can't Terra, they've already Terra'd. Let's see if Sludge Wave KOs. I think Sludge Wave KOs. No, because if they're specially defensive, it won't KO. But if we lose Iron Moth here, it's not a big deal. Because they have Samurott, who can pick us off with Sucker Punch. We have the Sandy Shocks, which can take any hit and go... Well, they can't take an Energy Ball, I don't think, but I'm pretty sure it might have Focus Sash. Sludge Wave comes through. That's going to do a lot of damage to the Clefable. Doesn't take it out, but can we get the Poison? No, Moonblast comes through. Down goes the Iron Moth. We've got a critical hit against us, but it's fine. Absolutely fine. So we've got a couple of options that we need to go for here. With the Iron Moth gone, Dipplin is now in control of the situation. So we can EQ it with Gliscor, which would be nice. We haven't got BP on Sizzle for the Clefable anymore. We've got the Walking Wake. Walking Wake does a lot. I think Shift Tree is the play here, though, because we go for a Leaf Blade. So I'm going to go Shift Tree. I'm going to go into Usopp real quick. The Shift Tree. Get it? Because the long nose. Anyway. We could go for a Tailwind here, boost our attack. Or we can go for a Leaf Blade straight up. I think Leaf Blade straight up is the play. I think they go Dipplin, but I want to go straight for the move that I want to go for. Leaf Blade comes through, takes out the Clefable. So Shift Tree got a KO, which is nice. And if we can get rid of that Dipplin, we can definitely do some work here against it. So they probably have Sticky Hold on the Dipplin to stop the Eviolite from being knocked off. Let's see how that plays out for us. So there we go. Nice and shiny Dipplin coming in. Gotta love it. So it's at low HP. They probably go for a... I think it gets Recover. They probably go for a Recover. So I'm going to go Walking Wake, because I think they definitely go for a recovery move here while they've got the chance. And I want to get this thing gone. I really want to get this thing gone. So let's go Walking Wake. They go for a recover as expected, which is fine. Absolutely fine. We just go straight for a Flamethrower here. So we go for a Flamethrower, they stay in. And it nearly gets the KO, which is great. They go for an Infestation, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Dipplin's an interesting Pokemon. A very interesting Pokemon, but like I said, it is what it is. It is what it is. So the Walking Wake can come through right now and go for another Flamethrower. We are Choice Specs, so may as well. They stay in. And you know what this means? Shift Tree can finish off the rest of the team now. With Dipplin's gone, Shift Tree can finish off the rest of the team. Don't need Walking Wake anymore. But I'm going to keep it around. What I'm going to do is... I'm going to go into Gliscor next. So in comes Jack. The Hisuian Samurott. Interesting name. So let's go Gliscor, because they're probably going to go for a Ceaseless Edge. to get the the neutral stab damage off on us. So we'll switch out into our Gliscor. Gliscor doesn't outspeed Hisui and Samurott, but I'm sure we can take a Razor Shell. So they're going for a Sacred Sword, even better. We're going to tank that like a champ. Get the Poison Heal. They are Life Orb as well, which is good to know. No Focus Sash around. And now all we need to do is go for Tailwind. That's all we need to do. Tailwind. Let's go for the Tailwind. So they go for a Razor Shell. I'm confident we can take this. We take it with 2 HP, get the defense drop, and then they lose some HP from the Life Orb. We get up the Tailwind, which is going to be a game changer. Means Shiftry is going to do some work right now. Shiftry is going to do some work right now. They've got no more Terror, so we don't have any unexpected terrors to look out for. I go for a U-turn here, just to get out of there if they don't attack us or they go into Sandy Shocks. U-turn comes through? Wait, why on earth did we outspeed there? Are we at a speed tie? If I go into this, and they could go for a Sacred Sword to KO us, I think I have to go into Walking Wake. I think I'm going to Walking Wake purely because they have to go for a Ceaseless Edge or a Sacred Sword. Ceaseless Edge comes through, nearly KOs us, which is really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Because it means we haven't got many more turns of Tailwind in us. So that's just not worked out for us. I can't believe we were speed time and won. I needed to lose that speed tie. Or go for it. I should have gone for an Earthquake instead of a U-turn. Huh. Let's go for a Hydro Steam anyway. They go for an Aqua Jet to take us out. Doesn't take us out, unfortunately, for them. As Walking Wake is going to take this thing out of a Hydro Steam. Walking Wake takes this thing out of a Hydro Steam. So we're in a bit of a pickle right now. Why are we in a pickle? Because the Tailwind's going to petter out any turn now. I need to check to see how much the Tailwind we've got left. So in comes the Sandy Shocks. It's going to get a booster energy and speed, probably. No, it doesn't. Let's check how many turns of Tailwind we've got left. 1. So we know we outspeed. We can go for a Hydro Steam. There we go. Hydro Steam comes through. Are they Focus Sash? They're not. So Walking Wake finishes up the game. Walking Wake got some new news. It gets Knockoff. It gets Flip Turn. It's a pretty good Pokemon. Pretty happy with it. But it's a shame Shiftry didn't get to come in and finish those two off. But GG Raymond, that was a really fun game. Enjoyed that one. Came around to the wire. I can't believe that Aqua Jet didn't KO the Walking Wake. I really wanted it to, so that Shiftry could come in and go for the Leaf Blades with the Tailwind and all that. But regardless, GG. But anyway, here is the team. If you want to try it out, use the code at the top right corner of the screen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.